It was the courtroom battle that became a media circus, two footballers' wives slugging it out over a social media post and putting their reputations on the line, with the judge finally deciding Wagatha wasn't wrong. For Coleen Rooney, it's relief and vindication. But for Rebekah Vardy, the worst of all outcomes. Reacting to the judgment, she said, "I brought this action to vindicate my reputation and I'm devastated by the judge's finding. She got it wrong, and this is something I cannot accept."
It's a catastrophic defeat for Rebekah Vardy because not only is there the "you've been found to be a liar" label around her neck, but her ability then to go and appear on television and do endorsements, all that kind of thing, I suspect has been massively impaired.
So how did this former friendship fall apart? Well, it goes back to 2019, when stories from Rooney's private Instagram, like this car crash, ended up in The Sun. Rooney suspected Vardy of leaking them, so became an amateur sleuth, planting fake stories about gender selection and a flooded basement, which were only visible to Vardy. When they appeared in the paper too, Rooney pointed the finger. Her post detailing her detective work is how the name Wagatha Christie was born, revealing with dramatic effect it's Rebekah Vardy's account. Vardy sued for libel, claiming serious harm to her reputation, and she suffered online abuse, but the case came down to who was telling the truth. The judge's assessment of Rebekah Vardy and her evidence was about as damning as you could get. She called it inconsistent, evasive, and said it needed to be treated with considerable caution. That's a polite way of saying, I think you're lying. And so in trying to protect her reputation, Rebekah Vardy has actually damaged it a whole lot more. And she faces a hefty bill too, up to £3 million in legal fees that could so easily have been avoided. Rooney's team reportedly tried to settle as many as 4 times.
She did, reach out to Rebekah to try to come and solve this in some way. I even offered to say, look, have a few Prosecco's and some nuts and let's just sort this out. Because it costs millions, such a waste of money.
The case has shone an uncomfortable spotlight on the nature of celebrity and the conflict between courting publicity and protecting privacy. This former editor of The Sun is now a media advisor.
Social media is a fantastic tool to communicate with fans and followers, but it's also very, very dangerous, particularly combined with alcohol, with a late-night tweet, can end a career sort of overnight, within seconds even.
In this case, it was the person who posted who came out on top, but social media was still at the heart of another's downfall, with Vardy suggesting she won't appeal, saying the case is over. Ivor Bennett, Sky News.